Hey boys, welcome back to round 21 of our Storm career mode, and we're coming off a couple of losses. We did have a bye in between, but still on form. We're in a bit of a slump, bit of a form slump, and we're taking on the Sharks, who I didn't see what they were on the ladder, but are obviously going to be a very tough outfield and a good tester for us to come back and find a little bit of form. And obviously the sort of the arch rivals nowadays, the Shark v Storm. But yeah, it's sort of it does coincide with the fact it was a fair break for me personally playing the game, and that's where it started like a couple episodes ago, my first game back, and it's always rusty. I don't know. This game is like always tough to come back and play well, and it's disappointing because of the fact of how well we were playing in the lead up to that. I think probably it was like 5 or 6. Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 wins in a row, and they weren't just like 2-point victories. Like we were putting some points on and scoring some absolute ripping tries. So hopefully we can get back to that form. Also, we do get a nice little opportunity here, but obviously the Origin is now done and dusted in game, so we'll be able to get our full stack of players back, which also will help. And it sort of makes sense for a little bit of a form slump over that period. Is right here, beautiful bit of play by Cameron Smith. Just coming out of dummy half, looking around, throws a dummy. It was a great decoy from Cameron Munster. It was actually a really nice bit of play. It was a little bit scrappy because the pass did hit the deck. If that wasn't the case, it would have looked like a very, very handy try, but still very well worked. It's been a couple of times now. I never really use or utilize the dummy halves as much as I have in this career mode. I think because as great stuff there by Munster, but I think because it's Cameron Smith as our dummy half, best in the world. So I was trying to utilize him out dummy half more than I have, and honestly the dummy half play is pretty solid. Nakora now straight through, links up with Seba. He gets taken. We would have scored for all money with Nakora, but I was trying to be unselfish, just dish it off to the speedster. But he lost all his momentum. He didn't run onto the ball. So bit of a blunder right there. But it's going to be Brody Croft putting in a kick. Who was that? Jesse Bromwich somehow didn't get to it, and Aaron Wood scoops it up, and the Sharks survive. A very close thing. Very close thing. We did bomb. We bombed the try for sure, but it's we're getting back to form. Honestly, we're looking pretty good, and we just go for a little sneaky 1-pointer, and that sort of shows how critical in my mind it was to win this game. Just to get a little bit of confidence back in the tank. Is Sofa Solomona there. Beautiful ball back to Cameron Smith, and Smith, he's had an absolutely outstanding first half here. It's been untouchable, but great stuff. He shrugged off a would-be tackler. The Sharks are at 6s and 7s trying to get back on side, but it was good work by Smith out dummy half again, finding the big fella who one-on-one, just almost impossible to stop. Got through the line, a little pass back to Smith, and great stuff. Is now Finucane. Again, we were targeting just after a quick play the ball. You can always try to target the offside players. We try to put in a little sneaky kick for Addo Carr. Unfortunately, Finucane not the best kicker in the world, so it didn't quite work out spectacularly, but still not a bad little effort there. As we got a chance to score another one here, which should be great going into the break. Brody Croft going across field. As it's going to be the last play here. Probably look to put in a bomb out to our left. Who's there? Addo Carr. It hasn't really gone. I still don't like the bombs in this game, as Sasai Feki takes it fairly comfortably. But yeah, going back to the dummy halves. Yeah, I've sort of utilized that a lot more. Sort of coming out dummy half, throwing dummies to decoy players, and you can sort of, I know it actually works pretty well. Sort of getting players in holes and stuff like that. It's going to be the full time. It's going to be the halftime siren in the background there. So 13-0. Look at that, dude. 71% possession, 6 out of 6 completions. That's as close. Well, I mean that's basically, that's perfection, really. Clinical display. That's terrible. Terrible defense right there. But you know, we wanted to come into this game with a good display, and it's been exactly that. It's been polished, it's been clinical, and it's been a little bit of attacking brilliance as well. As Cameron Munster takes the intercept, trying to put the kick. What is that? I couldn't get the angle, like, because he's a left footer. I couldn't get the angle like I did with that Nikora one a couple episodes ago, brilliantly to Adokar. But if you look at the it was so frustrating. If you look at the support players back on the left, they were up in line, like ready for a potential kick, but then they backed off for some reason, and then it was still a decent kick downfield, but there was no way to actually get it. It was very, very strange. They just backed off. But regardless, you know, we're looking very good. And just touching on that again, it's just been a good performance. Been high completions, and this man Adokar has been pretty good as well. Trying to put in the little kick. He found a rune in behind, just trying to kick for himself, but it's a little knock on there before he could get boot to ball. Happens a fair bit that. It looks like they kick it, but I guess it hits the ground before they kick it there, as the Sharks get a final little chance as Cameron Smith comes up with an ice shot. Oh, not good with like 2 minutes to go in the game, but we do have a very handy replacement with Brandon Smith, who was an absolute superstar, but not good to lose our captain in a couple of weeks, you know, or the end of the season, I should say, as Josh Dugan goes oh so close there, but he should have been held. That is real maddening, dude. James Seguiaro is going to score, which is infuriating because we'd love to keep them scoreless. Keeping a team to 0 in Live 4 is a pretty decent achievement, and I felt like we deserved it, but Dugan was held up over the line. He should have gone. He played it over the freaking try line, and then Seguiaro just fell over it. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but still a very commanding victory. It's only going to be the 7 points at the end here, but still very comfortable. We never looked in danger, and it's a good hit back to break that loss streak and come out firing. Cameron Smith, man of the match deservingly. Hopefully, guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.